I know you clicked on the video thinking I am lying because you believe that it doesn't make sense for Naruto to get a new transformation or form. I understand, but I guarantee you that if you watch this entire video, you will change your mind. Because I was just like you. I believed it didn't make sense for Naruto to have a new power-up because he is no longer the main focus of the story. But my mind changed after I listened to SethTheProgrammer's theory. And if you don't trust me, at least trust him. So, for this entire video, I want you to keep in mind that Kijimoto loves using symbols and representations in the Naruto and Boruto series. Throughout the series, we have characters who are referred to as a star, sun, or even the moon. Kijimoto has shown that he loves using our solar system to describe or represent characters in his series. An example of this is with Boruto, who is referred to as the Star of Hope. This reveals something interesting about Boruto's fate, but this is not what we are trying to discuss. We are trying to dive deep into Naruto's next form. When we do this with Naruto, we are able to predict exactly what new form or new transformation he will get in the future. And this is what SethTheProgrammer has done to predict Naruto's last and final transformation. So let's go back to the war arc where we find out what symbol Naruto and Sasuke are. When Hagoromo gives Naruto and Sasuke a portion of his chakra, a crest appears in their hands. Sasuke gets a crest of the moon, while Naruto gets a crest of the sun. So Naruto is the symbol or representation of the sun. This is why he brings Sasuke to the right path, as the sun illuminates the moon. The sun is bright and it glows. This is why Naruto's 6th path transformation is so bright and glows too. Then in the fight versus Ishiki, Naruto gets a new form called Baryon Mode. The transformation has a lot of scientific elements, but all you need to remember is that it occurs due to nuclear fusion. This is where Kijimoto gives us a clear hint about Naruto's last transformation, but most of us did not catch on. You see, Naruto represents the sun, and the sun has its peaks and lows. This is the journey of the sun. One thing we have to remember is that the sun is actually a star, but we just call it the sun. If you go a bit into science, all stars start as a nebula, as it grows by attracting more dust and gas, turning into a protostar, and continuing the same process. As it becomes more and more dense, it starts the process of nuclear fusion, which is where it actually becomes a star, and for our case, it becomes the sun. This is the representation of Naruto's 6th path form. Then, as it continues to grow more and more through nuclear fusion, it becomes a red giant. This is why Naruto's Baryon Mode is reddish, as it represents the red giant. As you can see, Naruto represents the sun, so all of the transformation he gets is linked to the journey of the sun/star. This is why Naruto has one more transformation left, as the sun/star still has one more stage before it comes to its end. So after a star becomes a red giant, it starts expelling its outer layer, leaving a white, hot, solid and bright core, known as a white dwarf. The white dwarf shines its light until it no longer has any energy to emit light, turning it into a black dwarf. So what does this mean for Naruto? What type of transformation will Naruto get? So what I believe will happen is that in the future, when the authors decide to kill off Naruto, he will have one more fight where he uses all of his power, whether it be Sage Mode or all the remaining chakra he has left. And just like a white dwarf, this transformation will be very bright, but at the end of this battle, he will lose all his chakra and potentially even die. This is how he will become a black dwarf. This is why you have to watch this video right here, because Naruto is not the only one who will die. Sasuke will die too.